From age 15 to about 17 to 18, I was a youth leader at a church. I lived and breathed in a church and had about 80% of the Bible memorized. I was made fun of for being a Bible thumper and for being so devoted and religious. However, I prayed only to God. Though I loved Jesus so much my entire life, I couldn't wrap myself around the Trinity. At about age 17, I stopped going to the church and started falling into smoking weed, drinking, clubbing, and being the mean girl. Although I still loved God, you know what I mean. I met a Palestinian girl at my job and we worked late nights and became best friends. She was a Muslim and we would often compare our religions. I slowly started learning about Islam. I also had quite a few Somali friends when I was about 19. I started hanging out with my Somali friends and we became the biggest family. I also met Ozzy because of this friend group. So being around my group of 10 Somali friends almost every other day, and Ozzy in particular, I learned so much about Islam. At about 20, after getting to know Ozzy for the past 2 years and being around my friends, I watched all of them, particularly Ozzy, pray, fast, and all that. That's when I would start to ask him questions and he would happily answer. For about a year and a half, I listened and learned. At the end, I finally cracked down, studied, and cried so much because I was so confused on what the truth was. I finally gave up and let God take over, and that's when I learned so much more and saw things clearly. Finally, on June 9, 2018, I took my Shahada at our masjid right after Asr on a Friday, the last Friday of Ramadan. It was amazing. My entire family came. They all cried and were so happy. After that, I became famous in the community. Then on July 14th, I married Uzi. Wallahi, I wouldn't have ever known anything about Islam if it wasn't for my friend from my old job or my Somali community and Uzi. Alhamdulillah for Somalis.